Hola, hola, bienvenidos, bienvenidas a la lección 20. Estamos a la mitad de nuestro curso de español. Hello everyone, today we are going to put it all together. Pongamos todo junto. So let's put it all together. Let's do a few exercises to, as the title says, put everything we have learned so far together and form new phrases, new sentences, understand better how to use the vocabulary we have studied, and so on and so forth. So, let's start with this exercise. ¿Cuáles son las aficiones que quisieras tener, pero todavía no tienes? This is a tricky question. Not a tricky question, but it is a bit more complex than what we did when we talked about hobbies. So this question asks you, what are the hobbies you would like to have, que quisieras, you would want, verbo querer, which means to want, so that you would want to have, tener, verb to have, pero, but, todavía, yet, no tienes, you don't have. So what are the hobbies you would want to have, you would like to have, but you don't have yet? My answer would be, quisiera empezar a hacer jardinería. Me gusta ver las plantas crecer sanas y bonitas. También me gustaría empezar a pintar. So, empezar means to start. So, quisiera, I would want, I would like to start a hacer jardinería, to do gardening. I would want to start doing gardening. Me gusta means I like. Ver, to see. So, I like seeing. Las plantas, the plants. Crecer means to grow up. Sanas, healthy. Y bonitas, and pretty and beautiful. Yeah. So I like seeing plants grow healthy and pretty. También means also. Me gustaría, I would like. Empezar a pintar. I would like start. I would like to start. Pintar means paint. I would like to start painting. También me gustaría empezar a pintar. I would also like to start painting. Very good. So this is about hobbies, as you can see, las aficiones. Then we switch to books, and I'm asking you to talk to me about the worst book you have ever read. Habla del libro peor que has leído. El libro peor que he leído fue un libro romántico. Era demasiado simple y trivial. Prefiero leer otras historias. So, the worst book I have ever read was a romantic book. I won't say the name. Era demasiado simple y trivial. It was, era. Demasiado means too much. So, too simple and trivial, frugal. Prefiero leer otras historias. I prefer reading, prefiero leer other stories. Yes. So now you can see I used the pretérito perfecto here, and then the pretérito indefinido immediately after. Why did I do that? The question is in the pretérito perfecto because the grammar rule says that if you don't know the time the action happened, you can use the pretérito perfecto. We don't know if I read the worst book, if I read it this week, if I read it today, if I read it 10 years ago. So the person asking me the question, or in this case it is not a question, but you understand what I mean. The person who wants to know the information does not know when such information happened. And so that is why the question starts uses the pretérito perfecto. And so I repeat the verb used in the again, the question, which is not a question, but because I am aware of when I read such a book, and it was many years ago, so I'm not living in the time the action happened, I use el pretérito indefinido. I hope I did not confuse you too much, but anyway, remember, basic rule, when you don't know when an action happened, you can use the pretérito perfecto. If you know precisely when the action happened, then use the correct tense. In this case, because it happened many years ago, I am using the pretérito indefinido. Okay, let's carry on, because otherwise I will confuse you too much. Let's talk now about pets. ¿Qué mascotas tienen tus amigos? What or which pets do your friends have? Tus amigos, your friends, tienen, third person plural, have. So, what pets do your friends have? Mi mejor amiga tiene un perro. Otra amiga tiene 2 gatos. En cambio, mi mejor amigo tiene un cachorro hermoso. Okay, so what does this mean? First of all, mi mejor amiga, my best friend, it is my female best friend, because amiga is a female. Tiene un perro. She has a dog. My best friend has a dog. Otra amiga, another friend, again a female friend, tiene 2 gatos, has 2 cats. En cambio, mi mejor amigo tiene un cachorro hermoso. En cambio means on the other hand in Spanish. So on the other hand, mi mejor amigo, my best friend, in this case male, because amigo is a male. My best friend has a beautiful, hermoso means beautiful, cachorro is a puppy. So my best friend has a beautiful puppy. So this was about pets. Perro, gato, cachorro, etc. Oops, don't read it. I accidentally pressed too much and you saw the solution. But anyway, I hope you didn't pause right there to see the answer. So this is an exercise of translation. You have this paragraph, we will read it together, and then I will give you time to translate it on your own. So, when I was a child, I wanted a lot of pets. My parents didn't want a cat or a dog because they worked a lot. I was sad, but I understood. When I was 20, I moved out and rented an apartment, so I adopted a dog. There are probably some words you don't know yet, but try to work your way out and then unpause the video so you can see the exact translation, and you can write down the words and the vocabulary you did not know, if there is any. Okay, so let's see. When I was a child, cuando era pequeño. If it is a woman speaking, she would say cuando era pequeña. So, cuando era pequeño o cuando era pequeña. I wanted a lot of pets. Quería muchas mascotas. So, because we're talking about something that happened in the past, but it was a repeated action, of course. You wanted a lot of pets. It's not that it was a specific event. It happened throughout an extended period of time. So, we used el imperfecto. Yo quería. A lot of pets, many pets, so muchas mascotas. Las mascotas, feminine, plural, and so muchas. My parents, mis padres, didn't want a cat or a dog. Mis padres no querían un gato o un perro. Again, imperfecto, because it's something that happens in the past, but it was a habit. It was something that happened repeatedly. So they did not want a cat or a dog. No querían un gato o un perro. Porque they worked a lot. Trabajaban mucho. My parents were working a lot. Mis padres trabajaban mucho. Again, to work is something that happens repeatedly in the past, and so trabajaban imperfecto. Mucho, a lot. I was sad. Do you remember the rule about mucho, muy? We said that mucho is used when there is a noun as an adjective, and when we have and alone, to say a lot, alone, not accompanied by anything else, then we use mucho as well. So that is why muchas, mucho. And when it is alone, in this case, it stays masculine singular. It doesn't change based on anything, because it refers to nothing else. So you keep the base word mucho. Then I was sad. Yo estaba triste. Again, imperfecto. Estar, because it is a condition, an emotional condition that hopefully went away. You're not sad your entire life. Yo estaba triste, pero entendía. So I was sad, pero I understood. Entendía. Again, imperfecto. When I was 20. Cuando tuve 20 años. I specified años. It is better if you specify it. When I was 20 years old, but in English we can also say when I was 20. In Spanish it is better if you specify. Cuando tuve 20 años, I moved out. Me mudé. This is a pretérito indefinido, because it is an action that happened and then ended. It was not something. It was not a habit to move in and out of the house. So me mudé, because this is the verb mudarse, which means to move out. Me mudé, te mudaste, se mudó, etc. In the present, me mudo, te mudas, se muda, nos mudamos, os mudáis, se mudan. Okay, it is regular. So I moved out, me mudé. It is a single action that happened in the past, so pretérito indefinido. And rented an apartment. Y alquilé un departamento. To rent is alquilar. Again, it is regular, so y alquilé, because it is an action that happened, a specific action. I rented an apartment. Y alquilé un departamento. Remember the verb alquilar. Entonces, so, I adopted, adopté. It's the verb adoptar. Adoptar means to adopt. So, because it was a specific action, a single event, to adopt, you don't continuously adopt throughout your life. Like you don't go every day to adopt dogs, although even though it would be nice, but it is a specific action. So adopté, pretérito indefinido, a dog, un perro. So remember perhaps the things you didn't know. To move out in Spanish is mudarse. To rent is alquilar. So is entonces. And finally, adoptar, to adopt, adoptar. Okay, very good. Now, let's switch to this more traditional exercise in which, again, you have these verbs in English, and you have to translate them in Spanish. Let's see together. So, we will eat, nosotros comeremos. They will come, ellos llegarán. I will want, yo querré. They will stay, ellos se quedarán. We will have to, nosotros deberemos o nosotros tendremos que. Do you remember? Deber means to have the obligation of doing something, and it is a synonym with the verb tener que, to have to. I recommend using tener que instead of deber, because deber is more archaic. Nonetheless, you can study it and you can use it, but tener que is much more used. You will drink, tú beberás, or alternatively, vosotros beberéis. if it is, depending on if it is you second person singular or you second person plural. She will start, ella empezará, and he will pay, él pagará. Very good. Another translation exercise. Now you have this weather forecast and you have to translate it in Spanish. So, tomorrow it will rain in the morning. It will be sunny in the afternoon. It will snow the day after tomorrow. Let's see together. Well, first you do it yourself and then you check the correct solution. So, mañana lloverá por la mañana. Mañana, mañana. So, mañana in the sense of tomorrow and mañana in the sense of the morning. So, tomorrow, mañana, it will rain, lloverá, in the morning, por la mañana. So, mañana lloverá por la mañana. Then, it will be sunny in the afternoon. Será soleado por la tarde. It will snow the day after tomorrow. Nevará pasado mañana. It will snow, nevará. The day after tomorrow is pasado mañana. Very good. So this was the weather, el tiempo, el clima. And then we are going to talk about getting out with friends in the weekend, etc. So next weekend I will meet 2 friends. We will go to a restaurant to eat a good paella. I will pay everything because I found a new job. So, again, pause and then we will see together the translation. So, next weekend I will meet 2 friends. El próximo fin de semana. Next, el próximo. So, el próximo fin de semana me reuniré con or encontraré. So, me reuniré con 2 amigos or encontraré 2 amigos. I will meet with 2 friends. I will meet up with 2 friends. That's the meaning. We will go to a restaurant. Iremos a un restaurante. We will go to ir a restaurant, un restaurante. To eat a good paella. Para comer, to eat. Para comer una buena paella. Paella is the typical Spanish dish. I guess you already know about it. So, iremos a un restaurante para comer una buena paella. I will pay everything. Yo pagaré todo. Everything, todo. Because, porque, I found a new job. Encontré un nuevo trabajo. A new job, un nuevo trabajo. Very, very good. Now let's switch to the parts of the body. Indica los nombres de las partes inferiores del cuerpo desde abajo hacia arriba. This means indicate, point the names of the lower parts of the body. Desde abajo means from the bottom hacia arriba to the top. So, what are these parts of the body? From the bottom to the top. Desde abajo hacia arriba. Dedos del pie, el tobillo, la pantorrilla, la rodilla, el muslo y la cadera. Pretty much, this is the anatomy. We are an anatomy class now. This is the anatomy of the lower part of the body. Dedos del pie, tobillo, pantorrilla, rodilla, muslo, cadera. Now, of course, we talked about the lower part of the body. Let's switch to the face. Indica los nombres de las partes de la cara. Desde arriba hacia abajo. This time, indicate the names of the parts of the face. Desde arriba, from the top hacia abajo to the bottom. So, pelo o cabello, la frente, las cejas, las pestañas, los ojos, las orejas, la nariz, la boca, el mentón. pelo, frente, cejas, pestañas, ojos, orejas, nariz, boca, mentón. These are the parts of the face. There are others, of course, la mejilla, las narices, etc. But not too detailed. It's okay, just to indicate the main ones. Very good. Congratulations.